It's been a while since I've made a pair of shoes, and since the price of Birkenstocks is absolutely ridiculous, I decided to make a pair myself. I used a pattern from I Can Make Shoes and drew it straight onto this beautiful shiny leather that I picked up from Misan West recently. I use a silver pen to do this, which is commonly used in shoemaking, and then just normal scissors to cut everything out. Once I'd cut everything out, I used a hammer and a punching tool to put all of the holes that were marked on the pattern into my leather. This will make it a lot easier to stitch on the buckles next. And you'll also need holes for when you want to do your shoes up later. Speaking of buckles, I bought these amazing buckles recently from Fan's New Trimming on Berwick Street, and I think they're a perfect fit for the leather, which is great. So I stitched them on using this leather yarn, and yes, it's white, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to see it anyway. And then once I'd finished, I just burnt it to make sure it stayed in place. Now, this is always the scary bit, doing it up, because obviously if anything goes wrong here, I probably would have thrown the project out of the window and not started again. But it did fit, so that's good. And then it was time to put the shoes together. Now, it blows my mind every time I make a pair of shoes that most shoes are just held together using glue. Now, don't get me wrong, it's super strong glue, but it still blows my mind. So you have to use this glue on the fabric and then on the surface that you're going to stick it to, let it go tacky, and then it creates this amazing bond. So you can see it's pretty much stuck to itself straight away. So then I use this tool where basically I take out the bulk of the leather, because when I put the sole on, it will help it to sit flush. And I had some soling board in my stash. Literally, as you can see, I had to squeeze it on there, but I did manage to get some soles out of it. And once I had drawn on in the silver pen, I just used a super sharp knife to go through it layer by layer. It's probably the most difficult bit because rubber sole is no joke. Then onto more glue. Again, still can't believe that's how shoes are held together. And I popped the sole on it and they fit perfectly. I just went round and added a little bit of extra pressure. You can see that they fit pretty flush because I took the excess out earlier. And that's it. A brand new pair of Birkenstocks. I'm in love with them. What do you think? Will you be giving it a try? Are they in shop now? Mm-hmm. For me, the absolute holy grail of fabric shopping has to be Goldhawk Road. Park at Westfield, walk past the O2 Academy, and as you round the corner, you will appear on one of the biggest fabric shopping streets in the whole of London. Goldhawk Road has a huge range of fabric shops, all absolutely jam-packed with leathers, Liberty fabrics, and even designer ones like this Missoni. I made the trip to Liberty London's fabric department, and I thought I would take you with me. In case you've never been before, firstly, where have you been? And secondly, you head up to the third floor and there is a beautiful fabrics and haberdashery section full of Liberty cotton lawns, satins, crepe de chines and more. If you love print and colour, this is definitely the place for you, but don't panic. They also have a range of knitting materials, fat quarters, and plenty of inspiration dotted around the space for you. So remember I was trying to make this dress for a fraction of the price? Well, nailed it! In fact, I made it for just under £30 with materials I already had. And you'll notice I didn't dye it. I'll be honest, I ran out of time, so I'll tackle that when I get back. What do you think?